For the past 5 years, I've trusted Kai Vision Studio with my podcast. And every time, Claudio delivers an exceptional experience. The setup here is flawless. Professional lighting, crystal clear audio, and a custom set that makes every episode look elite. As someone who speaks on leadership, I know how important it is to show up with clarity and confidence. This studio allows me to do just that. The quality here isn't just about the equipment, it's about the environment. Claudio has created a space where I can focus on my message, knowing the production will be sharp, engaging, and professional. In a world flooded with content, standing out matters. And having a studio like this gives me the edge to produce videos and podcasts that truly connect with my audience. If you're serious about creating high-quality content, I can't recommend Kai Visions enough. Claudio makes you feel at home, yet delivers at the highest level. 5 years in, I'm not going anywhere else. This episode is brought to you by Whitaker Garage Doors, your one-stop shop for all things garage doors, proudly based in Peekskill, New York. Your home is a direct reflection of your personal style, and let's face it, your garage doors are the first thing people see when they pull up your driveway. Whether you're looking for the timeless charm of a classic carriage house door or the clean, sleek look of a basic wood finish, Whitaker Garage Doors offers traditional options for every taste and budget. I can personally vouch for their incredible service. When I had my own garage doors done, I was blown away by their timeliness, professionalism, and overall respect for their clients. Jonathan, Cassara, and their entire team are top-notch, and they really go the extra mile to ensure you're happy with the final result. So if you're in the market for a new garage door or need some repairs, give them a call or find them on Instagram at Whitaker_doors. Don't forget to tell them you're a friend of Dave's over at the No Snooze podcast. Whitaker Doors. You won't regret it. Now, back to the epi. Adversity? Bring it. The struggle? I welcome it. Snooze on life? Never that. I am Dave Regina, and this is the No Snooze Podcast. Come on. Welcome back, No Snooze Podcast, episode 227. As always, I'm in the booth with my brother, Claudio the Voice Valenzuela, and I am Dave the Body Regina. All right, I've got a story to share with you guys today that's been on my heart for a couple weeks now. One of those stories where when you look back, you just know something bigger was at play. Let's rewind it back to about 6 weeks ago. I had this small idea. Nothing big, nothing grand. Really just a simple thought. What if I created an ebook? Something I could build over time. Something valuable. A friend of mine was on board, and we were just starting to get the ball rolling. So I hop on Instagram, post a quick story. Anyone know how to create an ebook? Simple, casual, just putting feelers out. Then, out of nowhere, I get a DM from Mary Bell. Now, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you may recognize that name. She's been on the podcast. She's also an author. Her message, it was short but powerful. Hey, let me know what you need. I'll see how I can help. Now, at that time, I didn't think much of it. I was still floating in idea mode, we'll call it. But a couple weeks later, something changed. I was on day 1 of a 5-day water fast. No food, just water. Trying to get closer to God, seeking some clarity. I'm sitting in the sauna, meditating in complete stillness. And then bam! This vivid vision hits me. I see myself on stage, not just any stage, a massive keynote stage. The crowd's locked in, I'm speaking with confidence, and behind me, a giant QR code lights up the screen. Then one word flashes across it: leadership. Not as a job, not as a title, just leadership. Like it was calling me. And right there, in that moment, everything clicked. I knew exactly what I needed to do. I couldn't ignore it. I had to lean in. And the idea started forming. Not just an ebook, but a real book. A book that would walk people through breakdowns and breakthroughs. A book with purpose. A whisper from God. This is the next step. This is what you need to give the world. But even with that clarity, I still didn't know how to bring it to life. Where do I even begin? Then, almost like clockwork, I remembered Mary's DM, that offer to help, just sitting there, waiting. I thought, maybe she's the one who can help me build this. But here's the wild part. I didn't even reach out right away. I figured I'd start writing a little first, and then I'd circle back later. Not even an hour later, I get a text from Mary, out of the blue, asking my opinion on something completely unrelated. Now listen, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in God. That was a nudge, a divine moment, a sign that said, it's your time. So I called her. We talked. I shared the vision. She was all in, excited, passionate, ready to help me bring it to life. And just like that, the pieces started falling into place. What began as a simple ebook idea had now grown into something so much bigger. And that brings me to today, the moment I get to share something I'm incredibly proud of. My new book, 30 Lessons to Lead, from breakdowns to breakthroughs. That moment in the sauna, it didn't just inspire me, it lit a fire. I grabbed my notebook, started writing. Yes, I'm old school. Not worrying about structure or chapters, just truth. Raw, honest truths I had lived, but never fully unpacked. Lessons I bled for, sweated through, failed and fought to earn. Now, staring back at me on the page. I wasn't thinking about writing a book. I really was just answering the call. But the deeper I went, the clearer it became. This wasn't just for me anymore. Over the next few weeks, while fasting, working, while being a dad, while still showing up in every role, I kept writing. I built the outline on my phone while Callie napped in the back seat of my car. I scribbled leadership principles on scraps of paper between meetings and workouts. And I revisited the darkest corners of my life. The nights I cried from Crohn's flare-ups. The shame I carried during divorce. The therapy sessions that ripped me wide open so I could rebuild with intention. And what kept coming up was this: leadership isn't given, it's built. One hard, humbling, powerful lesson at a time. That's what 30 Lessons to Lead became. Not a book for the perfect, not a book for the theorists, a book for the doers. The ones carrying weight most people never see. The ones leading in their homes, their businesses, their communities, and most of all, in their own lives. The book is split into 3 parts, and that's intentional, because in leadership and in life, order matters. You can't lead others well if you haven't first learned how to lead yourself. And once that foundation is built, you still need to lead with clarity, consistency, and conviction before you earn the right to multiply leadership in others. Part 1, lead yourself first. This is where it all begins, with you. Most people want to lead others without mastering their own habits, mindset, or discipline. These first 10 lessons, they're practical, they're punchy, they're personal. You'll learn how to win the war within through self-discipline. Set real goals that give your life direction. Master time, not with hacks, but with ownership. Rewire your mindset for true growth. Hold yourself accountable when no one's watching. Communicate with power, not noise. Build resilience, brick by brick. Slow down to speed up. Elevate others while playing your role on a team. Adapt when life doesn't go to plan, because it rarely does. These aren't quotes, they're frameworks that I live by. Part 2, lead with intention. Now that you've built the foundation, it's time to lead outward. These next 10 lessons, they'll help you show up with presence and purpose. You'll dive into confidence earned through preparation, empathy that sees the human, not just the task, guilt-free self-care, values-based decision-making, ruthless focus, trust that transforms culture, vision casting that moves people forward, courage in the face of fear, discomfort as fuel for growth, creativity as a leadership tool. This section is about how you show up when no one's clapping, when pressure's high, when it's real. Part 3, lead to multiply. This final part, it's the most misunderstood. A lot of people stop once they see results, but real leadership multiplies. It builds other leaders. It creates legacy. You'll learn how to delegate with excellence. Give and receive feedback that sharpens, not shames. Lead with presence. Serve without ego. Use emotional intelligence to lead people, not just tasks. Navigate conflict with maturity. Influence without manipulation. Stand on integrity even when it costs you. Make impact through your daily choices. And act, because without action, nothing changes. Now, what's in each lesson? Each chapter is a full package playbook, 15 minutes to read, simple, but deep. And inside each one, a bold opening. Why it matters with real-world examples. How it shows up in life, business, fitness, and relationships. 3 strategies you can use today. A personal story, raw and real, from me. A closing thought to drive it home. 1 action step, and a reflection question to go deeper. This isn't fluff. It's what I wish I had when I was broke, insecure, sick, and unsure of my future, but unwilling to fold. If you're carrying the weight of leadership in your home, your business, or your personal life, this book was written for you. You might notice there's no chapter titled Faith or God. That's not because it wasn't important. It's because He is the lesson. God's fingerprints are on every page of this book, even the ones where I thought I was writing alone. Faith isn't a bullet point for me. It's the foundation. It's why I was still enough on day 1 of that water fast to hear the whisper that sparked all of this. He's the reason I'm here, healthy, hungry, and able to serve. The quiet force behind the lessons, the reasons we can all lead with hope. I want to personally thank you for being on this journey. I'm honored to share these lessons with you, and I'm ready for the hard work, the wins, the failures, and the growth ahead. Because leadership is never done. It's built one lesson at a time. This isn't just a book project for me. This is a mission. Because I believe in leadership, not as a position, but as a lifestyle. And I believe you can carry more than you think. That your story is still being written. And that the weight that you're carrying right now, it's preparing you for a legacy that matters. Before I wrap this all up, there's something really important I want to share. I've dedicated this book to my daughter, Callie Michelle Regina. If there's one thing I hope she remembers about her dad, it's this. I was a leader, not just in title, but in how I showed up, in how I treated people, in how I kept going, even when it was hard, in how I lived with purpose, not just for myself, but for her. Callie, you changed my life. You changed the way I love. You changed the way I lead. You made me want to be better in every room I walk into, so that one day, when you walk into your own, you'll know exactly what it looks like to lead with strength, compassion, courage, and heart. This book is filled with lessons I've learned through struggle, growth, and grace. But the most important one is you. You are my reason. You are my reminder. You are my legacy. I love you more than words can ever say. To this amazing community, thank you. Without you, none of this exists. Oh, and one more thing. The cover photos on the front and back of the book were shot by my brother, Claudio Valenzuela. He's been on this journey with me every single episode of this podcast. He's the owner and operator of Kai Visions Productions. And his eye, his talent, and his support brought the vision of this book to life. The book will be out sooner than you think, so stay tuned. And I'd be so grateful if you purchased a copy when it hits pre-sale. God bless you guys. And until next time, stop snoozing.
Get up and get after it.
Let's go change the world, CV. Woo! Thank you guys for tuning in. That's another epi in the books. You can follow us on Instagram at No Snooze Podcast and leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, No Snooze. Shop the latest merch at nosnoozeshop.com. Come on.